Switchblade is a 1989 side-scrolling action platform game originally developed by Core Design and published by Gremlin Graphics in Europe for the Atari ST home computer. Heavily drawing inspiration from both Japanese and Western pop culture, as well as various games, Switchblade was solely created by Core Design's co-founder, Simon Phillips, in his spare time. It took Phillips a year and a half to complete it while working alongside on other projects at Core. Switchblade was very popular with computer gaming fans of the day, but it wasn't with me. You see, I'm a console gamer, and games like Switchblade are the prime example as to why I was never a computer game fan. Features such as long boring maze levels, stiff controls, cheap enemies that knock you back or trap you against a wall, blind jumps, horrid pixel perfect jumps, and a lack of music and sound effects simultaneously, and a lack of variety in gameplay. Yep, all of these points are Switchblade, but obviously I'm in a minority here as this was a big hit back in the day. Now, I will admit that this game looks really nice on the Atari ST and sounds quite good too, but as a whole package, it just wasn't what I look for in a game. First part of Switchblade came to the Amiga, and that's all there is to say about it. The game plays and looks just like the ST. The only difference is the music. Some would say it is better, while others would say it is worse. Next up is the Commodore 64 port. I'm quite impressed by the level of detail in this version, as well as a good attempt to add some colour into the mix. The screen drawing takes a little getting used to, but besides that, the C64 port looks okay. But how does it play? Well, thankfully, just like the Amiga and ST versions. It may also be a little easier too. Following on from the Commodore 64 release, we have the Amstrad CPC port. I'm willing to bet this is a ZX Spectrum port to the CPC. I've not seen the ZX Spectrum version yet, but this just reeks of a half-assed port, since it uses little colour and what colour it does use is limited to one colour per sprite. As for how it plays, well, pretty much like the C64. Not much difference really. can you believe that the Amstrad GX4000, yeah, that Amstrad console, even got a port? It's barely any better than the standard CPC version. Sure, now we got stereo sound and a few more colours, but that's about it besides a high resolution of 320 by 200. As for how it plays, it's exactly the same as the base CPC version. So, was I correct in thinking the Amstrad CPC version was a port of the Speccy version? Well, here is the Speccy version, and it is indeed different than the Amstrad CPC version. In fact, it's a lot less impressive looking all round. Looks like I was wrong about the CPC port after all. So we are going to end on the Mega Drive port. Yeah, I know there's a Jaguar port, but why bother? It's just the ST game with Amiga music, plus I don't have it. This version was ported by Mikhail Segaman Shilenko and features all new redrawn art assets with parallax scrolling in areas and updated music. It also has a more fancy looking intro and 2 button controls. Yeah, no more pushing up to jump. As a result, the game now plays a little better, but it still retains all the original flaws, such as getting stuck to enemies as they drain your power and the awkward attack controls. And let's take a look at all those versions of Switchblade running side by side.